Lesson 135.
Repeat.
Sickness. Illness. Note. Take note.
Explanation.
Sickness is what causes someone to be sick. The flu, for example, is a sickness. Another word for it is illness. To note or take note means to write something down or to pay attention to something.
Questions.
Should you take notes if you want to remember something? Should you take notes if you want to remember something? Yes, I should take notes if I want to remember something. Are some illnesses not serious? Are some illnesses not serious? Yes, some illnesses are not serious. Do doctors take notes about a patient's sickness? Do doctors take notes about a patient's sickness? Yes, doctors take notes about a patient's sickness.
Repeat.
Desirable. Undesirable. List.
Explanation.
Desirable is an adjective which means what people want in general. For example, people want good health. It's desirable to have good health. Undesirable is the opposite. Please note, list can be a noun or a verb.
Questions.
Is it desirable to have a happy life? Is it desirable to have a happy life? Yes, it's desirable to have a happy life. Is a long list of boring tasks desirable? Is a long list of boring tasks desirable? No, a long list of boring tasks isn't desirable, it's undesirable. Is sickness desirable? Is sickness desirable? No, sickness isn't desirable, it's undesirable.
Repeat.
What's going on?
Explanation.
What's going on means what's happening.
Questions.
Change happening to going on. What's happening? Change happening to going on. What's happening? What's going on? Change happening to going on. What's happening to the weather? Change happening to going on. What's happening to the weather? What's going on with the weather? Change happens to go on. What happens here is a secret. Change happens to go on. What happens here is a secret. What goes on here is a secret.
Repeat.
Packet. Side effects. Legal. Illegal.
Explanation.
Side effects are the undesirable effects that happen in our bodies as a result of taking a medicine or medical treatment.
Questions.
Do they sometimes list the side effects on a medicine packet? Do they sometimes list the side effects on a medicine packet? Yes, they sometimes list the side effects on a medicine packet. Do most medicines have side effects? Do most medicines have side effects? Yes, most medicines have side effects. Is it legal to sell cigarette packets to children? Is it legal to sell cigarette packets to children? No, it isn't legal to sell cigarette packets to children. It's illegal.
Repeat.
Thick. Thin.
Explanation.
The opposite of thin for objects is not usually fat, because we prefer to use the word thick.
Questions.
What's the opposite of thin for objects? What's the opposite of thin for objects? The opposite of thin for objects is thick. Is that a thin object? Is that a thin object? No, that isn't a thin object. It's a thick object. Is a pile of papers usually thick? Is a pile of papers usually thick? Yes, a pile of papers is usually thick.
Repeat.
Highway. Motorway. Rush hour.
Explanation.
In the USA, people call this a highway, but in the UK, it's called a motorway. Rush hour is the busiest time of the day on all transportation.
Questions.
Can cars go faster on a highway than on a street? Can cars go faster on a highway than on a street? Yes, cars can go faster on a highway than on a street. If there's a long line of cars on the highway, is it possibly rush hour? If there's a long line of cars on the highway, is it possibly rush hour? Yes, if there's a long line of cars on the highway, it's possibly rush hour. Do we say motorway in the USA? Do we say motorway in the USA? No, we don't say motorway in the USA. We say it in the UK.
Repeat.
Narrow. Wide.
Explanation.
Narrow and wide are opposites. A highway is commonly much wider than the average street.
Questions.
What's wider, a street or a highway? What's wider, a street or a highway? A highway is wider than a street. What's narrower, a river or an ocean? What's narrower, a river or an ocean? A river is narrower than an ocean. Are the seats on an airplane usually narrow? Are the seats on an airplane usually narrow? Yes, the seats on an airplane are usually narrow.